Good evening, students. I hope that you are all in good health at home and following all the advisories of health. So, without wasting much time, let us come on to the second session of class 10 that we have started in the previous session of video, genetics. Let us continue with that. Before I start, I tell you this session will be divided into 3 parts of 10 minutes, and at the end of each part, after that I will refer to that the first part and then second part. So let us start. The last class we had a discussion on certain characteristics used in genetics. The last one of them was definition of allele or allelomorph. Just for a reference, I remind you, alleles are alternative forms of genes that is located in a particular location, same location, on the 2 homologous chromosomes of an individual, controlling one character of a person in the same or different alternative way is called allele or allelomorph. So that was our last discussion. Today we will start with another terminology and another reference, rather you can say, is that chromosomal inheritance. We start with chromosomal inheritance. Now chromosomal inheritance is what? Actually, there is a theory discovered separately by 2 scientists called Sutton and Boveri in 1902. We do not go details of their theories, but in a nutshell, I will tell you what exactly the chromosomal inheritance is in reference to Mendelian crosses, Mendelian factors. Since chromosomes are the carriers of genes, therefore the Mendelian factors that we now know as the genes controlling a character is present in the chromosomes. And during the study of chromosomes and cell division, you also have seen the process of separation of chromosomes during meiosis is also same as that what Mendel said. So in the same way, Mendel's theory also can be explained on the basis of chromosomes. So therefore, in a short way, if I ask you to note down what is chromosomal inheritance, it is that the carriers of genes, I repeat, carriers of genes are the chromosomes. Therefore, this chromosomal concept correctly explains the mechanism of Mendelian inheritance by identifying chromosomes with paired factors. Now please note down this part. What I said, you please note down. Chromosomal inheritance is discovered by Sutton and Boveri, no need of mentioning that. But you write that as we know, the carriers of genes are the chromosomes. Therefore, the mechanism of Mendelian inheritance by identifying chromosomes with the paired factors required by Mendel's laws. Now, when the chromosomes are also behaving as Mendel said as factors, so I now shift from the genes or the factors of Mendel to chromosomes. When that is true, let us focus on the chromosomes of individuals. When we focus on chromosomes of individuals, we see certain characteristics of chromosomes. In this comes the concept of karyotype. I repeat the word karyotypes, Karyotypes. type, karyotype. What is karyotype? Karyotype is nothing but systematic arrangement of the photographs of all the chromosomes, homologous chromosomes, together in a single frame. To study them separately is called karyotype. And these photographs are separately collected from the microscopic views during a cell division when the chromatin becomes chromosome, and then afterwards separating it and arranged it in a single photograph. That is called karyotype. Please note down what is karyotype. Karyotype is this systematic arrangement of the photographs of all the homologous chromosomes of an individual in a single frame as a chart is called karyotype. And these photographs of the chromosomes can be separately collected from the microscopic views of a dividing cell and arranged systematically can form a karyotype. Now, what is the use of a karyotype? When we study a karyotype, we see one interesting information. We see that if you take a set of chromosomes of an individual, let us take the example of a human being. Human beings are having 46 chromosomes. That means 23 pairs. When we put together all the homologous chromosomes in a form of a chart, that means karyotype, we see that 22 pairs of chromosomes are similar in shape and size, whereas 23rd pair in an individual may be same or may be different. On the basis of that, there is a terminology used. All those chromosomes which are having same shape and size, homologous chromosomes, they are termed as autosomes. And the 23rd pair, which is dissimilar in male individuals, are called sex chromosomes. Now, why is it called sex chromosomes? Because it has been observed that the 23rd pair, if it is dissimilar, the individual is happened to be male. And if that 23rd pair is appeared to be same shape and size like the other autosomes, then the individual happened to be female. And that's why the 23rd pair is considered to be a determinant set for male and female. So therefore, I ask you to note down again what is autosome and what is sex chromosome. Please focus on that. Autosomes are the pair of homologous chromosomes which are having same shape and size are denoted as autosomes. In human, that is 22 pairs. Number 2, sex chromosome. One pair may be different in shape and size are denoted as sex chromosome. Now, this last dissimilar pair, if it appears in an individual, is said to be observed to be male. Now, how does this sex determination of human beings or any other individual, if you consider the process is same? Let us consider on the basis of human chromosomes. It is found that in case of male, the 23rd pair of chromosome is dissimilar in size, one bigger, one smaller. And it is found also that in case of females, the 23rd chromosome is same in size. So therefore, when they are dissimilar shape, they are male, and when they are similar shape, they are females. We will continue this video after another session. We are now pausing it and we will continue that in a next video.